Hi everyone, welcome back to the Life's Good. I'm AJ. This is my channel, and today it's quite autumnal. So I'm actually in the shed on the plot today. It's quite chilly outside. There is a threat of rain. And last weekend the clocks went back, so we're losing daylight an hour earlier now. So it's feeling very autumnal, I must admit. So we're heading towards November now. There's not an awful lot I can be doing at the minute actually on the plot, but I am in the process of making preparation for next spring and the growing season next year. Now, on to today's subject. What's in the bag? There's a question. Now, I'm not deliberately trying to advertise Waitrose, the supermarket chain. However, my daughter, Beverly, passed on this bag full of bits and pieces that came from a plot that she was working on. Now, if you go back through my videos, you'll see I spent a little time in Northampton. During that time, I took on a allotment, plot number 24, and I did make a few videos on that plot, but life changed. I had to move. There's all sorts of things happen. But my daughter took over the allotment and she's been looking after that and running it for several years since. And when I saw her the other weekend, she said, I've got all these bits and pieces left from the plot, Dad. Would you like them? Well, of course, I said yes. And she's thrown everything into the bag. And I'm just going to have a look and see what we've got here. It's just a green carrier bag. It's not that heavy, but looking in the top, there's all sorts of goodies in here that are going to be very useful in the coming months in the polytunnel and ultimately out on the plot. The first thing I pulled out was this blue plastic bag, and it is full of packets of seeds. By the looks of it, they're predominantly flowers. There's sweet peas, all manner of varieties, gypsophilia. Let's turn the packets around the other way, we can read them a bit better. So there's all varieties of sweet pea, gypsophilia, and several other flowers in here. Now, I will be checking the dates on these because, as I discussed previously in one of my videos, seed has a limited sort of viability lifespan. If you leave it in the packet, stored away somewhere, maybe damp, whatever, after a year or two, they don't germinate very well. So I will be going through these packets and looking at those to see what's viable, what's not, and maybe give some a go. Certainly, I love sweet peas. I love them. I like the look of them. I like the scent that comes off them. They have a lovely aroma. So, some flower seeds, a brown paper bag. And what have we got in here? My goodness me. She's written on the bag, herbs. What have we got here? Herb seeds. We've got chamomile, basil, chives, oregano, depends which part of the world you come from. We say oregano in England, oregano in the States for some of my American followers. We got parsley, thyme, rosemary. I've never grown rosemary from seed before. That'll be interesting. I've always grown rosemary from cuttings and had a plant given to me on occasions. Never grown them from seed, so that'll be interesting to try. Dill, lovely with your fish and other culinary delights. What have we got here? Tarragon. My goodness me, there's all sorts here. What else have we got? Lemon balm, more dill, coriander. I do like coriander in my cooking, and garlic chives. I'm just quickly looking on this packet. It says sow by September 24. It's a year later. So the chances are a lot of this seed may not germinate, but from experience, from previous experimentation, some of it does. You'd be surprised how long they last. So I will probably give them a go. I might prepare a small seed tray, sow the whole packet, and see what comes and what doesn't. It's always worth a try. So I've got a wealth of little herb seeds there. And we do love herbs in our cooking and everything else. So there's all sorts going on there. Sitting in the corner, a dibber. Very useful. Narrow end, a broad end, very useful for making a little hole, putting the seed in, or even helping towards your pricking out and so on. Very useful little tool. And I also see in here we have got a wealth of those little fiber pots. Fantastic. I love using these. If you sow a lot of seeds in a tray, you can prick them out and plant them up in these little fiber pots. And the idea with these is you can possibly plant the whole pot in the ground when you transfer it out from your polytunnel, greenhouse, wherever, out into the ground. These do rot down and go into the soil, and the roots of the plants will grow through the sides of these, providing they're kept moist enough. When they're solid and dry like this, they don't penetrate. But if they're moist, you kept them watered, these will be fine. So I'm looking forward to using those. A few more pots. And do you know, I'm not going to go through all of these, guys, but in the bottom of this bag, I don't know if you can see. Can you guys see in there? Can you see all that in there? There's packets and packets and packets of seeds. And just looking through briefly, it looks, oh, some of them are falling out. This is going to need a good sort out. But there's the majority of these are vegetables of varying descriptions. Everything from sweet, turnip, beetroot, lettuce, sweet corn even. Oh, and another packet of flower seeds. What have we got here? Oh, antirrhinums. Antirrhinums are lovely. But looking at this, sow by September 24 again. So, thank you, Beverly. Excellent. I'm going to be going through them. I will give them a go. Seeds are getting more expensive to purchase, so they could save me. If I plant a whole packet and I get half a dozen or a dozen plants from that packet, I think that'll be quite good. I'll be happy with that, particularly on the flower side. Not sure about the herbs and the vegetables, but we'll give it a go. So yeah, that's what's in the bag. So I'm quite happy. Well done, Bev. Thank you very much indeed. Well, before I depart today, guys, I just wanted to show you that, remember last time I'd started tidying this corner and cleaning out the guttering and the pipe work for the rain collection in this area. And I've noted today that that is working really, really well. I've cleaned back the hedgerow and this elder. There's a little bit more work needed along there, by the way. There's still a lot of work to tidy this hedgerow up. But I've cleared away the guttering. I've cleared the downpipe. I've checked the butts here, and everything is tidy and clean now. And this has been collecting rain over the last few days, and we have had quite a bit. And I note that this tub, a couple of leaves in there, but that is completely full. And this extra bin on the side is about half full. So whether there's any been taken from there by anybody else, I'm not sure. But the overflow from here goes into there. I will be double checking to make sure everything's flowing okay. But to all intents and purposes, this looks like it's functioning really, really well. What I was considering is on the other side of the shed, there is no guttering and there's a small compost bin in front. I'm thinking of moving the compost bin over to the compost corner on my right, your left, and putting another water butt in this location and some guttering on that side of the shed so that I can collect all the rainwater on the other half, because at the moment it's just running off onto the path and disappearing into the ground, and I really would like to save that, as you know, water is a valuable asset on a plot like this where I don't have a ready water supply. So that's another project I'll be looking at: water butt, guttering, This seems to be working okay, but I need to investigate why this is not filling, and I was expecting it to, so I'll be checking that as well. Well, a bag full of seeds, a few pots to plant in, the water butt that's working fine. I've got a few more things to do today. The weather is getting more autumnal, leading towards winter, so what I'm going to be able to achieve, I don't know yet. I am really busy when I'm not on the plot, so I try and fit this in as and where I can. But in the meantime, if you haven't already, subscribe to my channel, hit the like button, hit the bell button, share with your friends. That would be great. And everything you do in that respect helps promote the channel and helps me be encouraged to produce more videos. So, packets of seeds to sort out, a few other things to do here, hedgerow to clean. Yeah, I think I've got a lot of work to do over the coming weeks, if I can, weather permitting. So, whatever you're doing, you take care of yourselves, stay happy, look after each other, and come back and see us soon. And I'll see you next time in The Life's Good. Bye bye for now.